Machakos County, and today I have something beautiful I want to show you, and it is this thing. Yeah, this thing you see here, looking dirty and wet. It has been raining. This is the 2025 Cyclone Carrera 200 from Zonsen. Okay, this is Cyclone. Right, it's a very cold morning here in Kenya. This is somewhere in Machakos County, and today I have something beautiful I want to show you, and it is this thing. Yeah, this thing you see here, looking dirty and wet. It has been raining. I have done around 70 kilometers this morning. It's still very early in the morning. It's around 8. I've done like 70 kilometers through some drizzles. That's why it is looking like this. And this is the 2025 Cyclone Carrera 200 from Zonsen. Okay, this is Cyclone Carrera 200 from Zonsen. It is an upgraded version of the Carrera that has been there in the market. The other model of the Carrera had a different engine, which was quite underpowered. I happened to have an experience with it. I tested one for like a week, and honestly did not like the amount of power that the engine was generating. But here we have the 2025 version. It is coming with a different engine. The previous one was a 5-speed pushrod engine, 200cc air-cooled, and what we have here is now a 6-speed timing chain air-cooled Zonsen engine. This one is behaving properly. I have had this motorcycle for, let me see how many kilometers we have done so far. A total of 444 kilometers. 444 kilometers. That is enough mileage to tell whether a motorcycle is good or not. First things first, this is a basic entry-level adventure motorcycle, and it comes packed the way it is. This one is pure stock. It hasn't been added anything. The only thing that we have added on this bike is fuel and some mileage. Not even the number plate, nothing. It's just purely stock. So when you buy this bike, it comes to you like this: 3 boxes, the windshield and some hard guard, the crash guards over there, the engine guards over here. Yeah, you're just getting this package the way it is. And there are some few things that I love about this bike. First, the acceleration is quite smooth. You can tell this bike is accelerating properly, like a 200cc, not like a big bike. Definitely it is a small 200cc air-cooled, so there is nothing much to expect in terms of power. But this is a proper bike, and the acceleration is very smooth. Something else, this bike has near zero. When I mean near zero, I mean near zero vibrations. The engine is so smooth, very, very smooth. Let me show you this. Near zero vibrations, near zero. Almost zero vibrations, very, very close to zero. This bike is so smooth, and the smoothness is definitely from the engine, the way the engine is timed, the balancer shaft and everything else, the bearings they have used. this is quite a good bike. Something else I love about this bike is how light it is. This bike is very, very light. This bike is light, quite light. Yeah, this bike is quite light, and also very well balanced. You see, this is very well balanced. You see, this is quite light and very, very well balanced. These fellows did the engineering, and actually it got to some right levels. So we have a very good bike, very, very good bike here. Even when you're pushing this bike, see, when you're pushing it, yeah, you're pushing this bike, you can tell this is a light bike. And being light helps you when you're going off-road. You do not want to go off-road with a heavy bike, especially if you are a beginner. Something else that weight does, being light helps the bike produce all the power it can and transmit all that power to the wheel and transform that power into speed. When you have a small bike that is heavy, definitely it is going to suffer from being overweight. It is like a child who is obese. Yeah, a boy suffering from obesity, and you're trying to make that boy play with our children. Definitely they are going to suffer. Definitely they are going to suffer. Alright, now this bike has something else I have noted that makes me excited. Let me show you. This bike comes from factory with hazards. Can you see the hazards? It comes with hazards from the factory. You see? The hazards. But when you want to indicate and your hazards were on, you don't have to turn off the hazard and then indicate. No? Assuming this is where you are. The hazards are on. You want to indicate. You just indicate to one side. It turns off the hazards, engages the indicator. When you turn off the indicator, it engages the hazards. Let me show you that again. You indicate to one side, the hazards are off. Okay, the hazards are off. Then you turn off the indicator, the hazards come back on. Yeah, let's assume there is a reason why you are riding with your hazards on, and then you want to change lane, you want to overtake someone, you want to exit, you want to do something that requires you to indicate. You just need to indicate. The system will do the rest for you. As you can see, yeah, the hazards are off. We are now learning one side indicator, the other side indicator. Okay, and then you turn it off, it engages your hazards all over again. Alright, now this bike is consuming fuel at around a range of 30 to 31 kilometers per liter. To me it's a little bit more for a 200, but the recent times the 200 cc's that I have tested are giving me almost the same thing. 30 to 34 I usually become comfortable. If a bike can do 30, then I am comfortable with it. If a bike can do a consistent 30 kilometers per liter, I am comfortable with it, because that is a bike you can travel for long distance with. That's a bike you can do city commuting. That's a bike that can serve you overall. So I am getting around 30 to 31 kilometers a liter on this one, so I am comfortable with what I'm getting. Something else in terms of speed, you can do very good highway speeds. This is not a speed bike. For a 200cc, if you get 120 kph, you should be thankful, because a lot of dual sports in the 200cc single cylinder category do not even do anything beyond 110. But this one is doing 120. I have tried 120 at some point, and I believe if I push it further, I can get maybe 124, 125, but that is it. That's the much you can get from it. You shouldn't even be pushing that bike to that level, and that's the reason why when I tested, I was comfortable with what you're doing. Because now when you do the highway speed and the bike is giving you 105, 110 comfortably without pushing it, it is a safe bike to use on the highways, especially in our African setting, where most of our roads are capped at around 110 kph. That's the most speed you can do. So if the bike can do that one, I believe you are going to be good to go. Something else, the build quality on this bike feels very solid, very solid. When you sit on it, you can tell it is a solid bike. You don't have the vibrations of the plastics and stuff. The way they are put together, you find that a lot of places are vibrating. Yeah, the suspension, when you hit small pebbles, small potholes, you don't have a lot of wobbling, a lot of stuff. See, a lot of unnecessary drama that you find in a lot of bikes, especially the low cost bikes. This one is doing what it is supposed to do. And the only thing I feel they would improve, maybe when they are producing the next model, could be the front suspension. If they can give us the telescopic, the inverted forks that you find in the Carrera 250. Yeah, there is a version of this bike with a 250cc engine, EFI. This one is a carbureted bike. The 250 is EFI. So if you can get this bike in inverted forks, I believe it would be good. Inverted forks, and also improve on the power a little bit, just a little bit. This one is giving you maybe around 20 horsepower, 19-20 horsepower, and maybe 17 newton meters of torque. Yeah, it is good to get you through the highway. Yeah, it can get you to some good highway speed, but that's barely about it. So it's a 200cc single cylinder. You don't expect a lot of things from it, but the way they are improving these bikes, if they can at some point give us some better engine power, they would have done us a very good favor. The sound coming from the exhaust is not so loud. It's not bothering loud. It is audible. Someone can hear you coming, but it is not bothering loud. And the fact that they have done some protection for the bike as a package is something incredible. They are giving you all this from factory at no extra cost, basically, because this bike is also cheaper than a lot of 200cc's that we have in the market. So they are not adding a lot of cost because of the protection they are giving you. Maybe they can improve on this and give us the hard guards that come with the giant adventures, maybe metal plated and some plastic covers, stuff like that. Maybe they can do that in the future. You never know. The wheels are okay, but the rear one, I think they should also add something. This is 110. I believe we should get 120. 120 is good, but that is something you can do yourself. You can just change the tire and then you're going to be good. It is size 17. Size 17s are there. This is 110, 90, 17. You can get another one, 120, 70, 17, maybe 120, 80, 17 or something. You can just slap one over there. This one is 90. This one should be good. Maybe at some point we will get this one laced up a little bit because of muddy situations. You never know. But there's something so beautiful about this headlight. This headlight is really working. This one is working. I have been through some nights, and I can promise you this thing is working. See, this is working. So as much as you want to add some auxiliary light, this one is giving you the basic lighting that you require. And the bike is so smooth, you can see, near zero vibrations. Everything is put together. What I would love to see is what they are going to give us in the next model. But basically for today, let's just end this one there. The Cyclone Carrera 200 by Zonsen. This is an incredible entry-level adventure bike. This one is good. This one is good. For a rating of 10, I may give it like 7.5. And the rest, the 2.5 that is remaining, will be because of some few things that maybe they can improve on. Like the front suspension, if they improve that one, they are going to be good. The size of the tire, if they increase this one, they are going to be good. Some just few basic things here and there. And the overall performance in terms of highway speed. Yeah, in terms of highway speed. But where we are right now, I can give it 7.5 to almost 8. And that is above average. Can you see this one? This one is good. Let me show you the boxes. Before we go, let me show you the boxes. Very nice. See? Those are the boxes. That one is good enough to carry some stuff. Yeah. And you just rock them, so basic. And then some reinforcement. This one, the same case. You open the hooks, the reinforcement, and then you get some good box. You can put a whole helmet here and gloves and some other stuff. This one is like 30 liter. Technically like 30 liters. Okay. And then the other one is quite small. The other one is quite small. Yeah, that's my registration. I haven't even gotten the real number plate, the metal one, but this is the registration. KMGR 780T. That's the registration. I just put that there just in case I run into the authorities and they ask me why I'm running without the number plate. At least I know the number that will be produced, the metal plate. But for now, I'm just reviewing the bike, running, doing some tests over there, and this is what we have. I love it. See you on the road. Two Wheels Paradise. God bless you. It's a very cold morning.